To find out if my ancestors were involved in the witch trials, I've come to the Massachusetts Historical Society. I'm looking for Samuel and Esther's names in the court records of 1692 with the help of librarian Elaine Grublin. Wow, do you know what it says? It says Salem Witch Trials Documentary Archive open. By all means. Records and files of the quarterly courts of Essex County. That's where my family was. Esther Elwell was Samuel's wife. So her name is right here. There's 3 names here: Esther Elwell, Abigail Rowe, and Rebecca Dyke. When it says warrant, what does that mean? They filed this, or it was filed against them?
That I don't know, but I could print out this document for you.
Great. Oh
Okay.
my gosh, how absolutely terrifying and incredible. Esther.
Sarah Jessica Parker has crisscrossed the country from New York to California and back to the East Coast.
You are sure this person is related to me?
She's discovered connections to distant relatives dating back to the gold rush.
This is crazy!
Now the journey through her family tree has led her to Boston and the archives of the Massachusetts Historical Society in search of her 10th great-grandmother, Esther Elwell. She's requested a document that links Esther to the Salem witch trials. Sarah Jessica is waiting to find out if her ancestor was accused of being a witch, or if she accused innocent people of witchcraft.
The little I know about this period in time was really about just kind of crazy superstition and hearsay and all that kind of small-minded, the worst of us, like the worst of us. Honestly, I really hope she's an accused and not an accuser. And if we were involved in the way that is the least likable, the most objectionable, I would really want to, you know, somehow, and this is of course ridiculous, fix it. Did they tell you I've changed my mind? I don't want to see this document.
All right, well, maybe this will answer your question.
Okay. Oh. Oh, God. Warrant for arrest of Esther Elwell, Abigail Rowe, and Rebecca Dyke, for that they have grounded suspicion that the said Elwell, Dyke, and Rowe have wickedly and feloniously committed sundry acts of witchcraft. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
According to the warrant, Esther and 2 other women were suspected of performing witchcraft on their Gloucester neighbor, Mary Fitch, causing Mrs. Fitch physical harm.
When you read these charges, it's so absolutely crazy. It's crazy time. I mean, it's like you could see that those are like fury. You know, it's madness.
And the library still has the original 300-year-old complaint filed against Esther.
My God, this is really incredible. Okay, the deposition of Elizabeth Hubbard, ages 17 years, saith that she saw Abigail Rowe, Esther Elwell, and Rebecca Dyke. Is that something that is relevant?
3 in their likeness.
Wow.
Pressing,
squeezing, and choking of Mary Fitch. And that night, the said Fitch
died.
No. Wow. Died. They're saying that they killed, the other one doesn't say it as explicitly, that they killed her. I can't imagine the courage it would take to be accused, what it was like to have everybody around you and pointing at you. It seems very unreal, and this is real. And and it's my people. It's my, and it's just, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm kind of feeling really worried actually now because I realize she might not have lived. She might have been hung, and now I'm so, honestly, I'm so worried. I'm like kind of nauseous. You can't believe that charges like this would have any weight. I just want to go on record as saying I find this really actually physically upsetting. It's really horrible, so, So.
Sarah Jessica Parker is in Massachusetts, hunting for information about her 10th great-grandmother, Esther Elwell. Here in November of 1692, Esther was accused of witchcraft, leading to the death of a neighbor, Mary Fitch. She's meeting a historian near Salem who has information about Esther's case.
So now I have discovered that she was accused.
She was accused, yes, indeed.
And of course I'm terribly concerned about her fate.
Okay, one of the things that's interesting about this is that it does show us how witchcraft becomes what you might today call the default explanation when there's a mysterious happening. You see, what happened in this case was that Mary Fitch fell ill, and it was a very mysterious illness. No one could figure out what it was. And so Betty Hubbard was called in. She said, I see the specters of these three women pressing Mary Fitch, and then Mary Fitch dies. She's not actually seeing these people. She's seeing the specters of these three women. She's not seeing the actual women.
She's saying, I imagined this is how...
Yes, I'm seeing these specters. And so they accuse the three women of being involved in her death.
17-year-old Betty Hubbard was one of many young girls who said she saw visions of witches doing the devil's work. And the Court of Oyer and Terminer, a special court created just for the witch trials, admitted her visions as valid evidence.
How would Esther have defended herself when it seems the cards are so stacked, the deck is so stacked?
It was very stacked against you in 1692.
And the outcome seems so kind of preordained to me.
Right.
And
everybody who was tried by the Court of Oyer and Terminer was convicted, in one way or another, was convicted.
In the months before Esther was accused, the court convicted 20 people. Every single one of them was executed.
I guess I thought that you could still get off, that there were a lot of survivors. I just don't know. I don't see what good could have come of...
How she got out of it. Well, she was lucky, I can tell you. She was very lucky. And she's lucky because of the date on the deposition.
Wait a minute. So up here it says November 8th.
It's the 8th of November, right. The Court of Oyer and Terminer that convicted everybody was dissolved on the 22nd of October. So this came after.
So it never went to court?
It never went to court.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They finally decided by the fall of 1692, we've been convicting people on the evidence of the devil, and this is a terrible mistake.
And, well, this is unbelievable. What a bit of good luck. I mean, that's really like, some crazy, incredible good fortune.
In fact, this is the last formal accusation. This is the end of the Salem witchcraft crisis, this accusation against Esther Elwell.
November 8th now changes the course of my family's history.
It certainly does.